Hello and welcome to the third semi-final of Quizzing with the Comedians, third edition. As expected, we had two crazy semi-finals already, and I'm not exaggerating because we did not know the finalists till literally the last question were asked in both semi-finals. But finally, Kanan Gill and Nihal Parashar are the two people who have qualified for the semi-final. And by the time this semi-final ends, we'll also get to know who is the third semi-finalist. Our first contestant is an ex semi-finalist. I was about to say two-time semi-finalist, but then I remembered what happened in the last quarterfinal of the last edition. This buddy of mine has been a part of Quizzing with Comedians even before Quizzing with Comedians was a thing, because he was the force and the man behind consistently telling me to start this. Give it up for Biswa Kalyanrat.
Hello. Everybody doing good only. Very nice.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Hi, buddy. Yes, buddy, I can hear you.
Great.
The next participant in this is not just an exceptional writer, but also once he was a semi-finalist last time also, and now he's a twice semi-finalist. This is his second semi-final. He won a very, very interesting quarterfinal that we had earlier, and he's here. Let's welcome Girish Narayan Das.
Hello, buddies. What's up? Hey, Biswa, what's
Hi.
up?
Hey,
Hi,
hey,
Giri.
same recliner.
Hi.
The recliner buddies.
Recliner buddies, yes.
Okay, recliner buddies. On that note, our third semi-finalist, she's a semi-finalist for the first time. So very, very excited to be calling her. And I know her very well to know that she's really, really excited to be here, like more excited than the normal excitement of people in semi-final. Give it up for my very excited friend, Prashasti Singh.
Yes, guys, you can see it. I have won this tournament in my head already, guys. So it's okay. Hello, Giri. Hello, Viswa. Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hello. And on that note, our next semi-finalist is someone who made his debut in Quizzing with the Comedians earlier. And in his very first quarterfinal, he managed to win that quarterfinal by a long margin, I think. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my namesake, Varun Grover.
हाय ये मैं कुछ बोलने वाला था. हाँ, मैं तैयारी करके आया हूँ थोड़ी सी.
Let's start the quiz. First question to Biswa Kalyanrat. In the year 2000, David Letterman underwent a potentially life-ending quadruple bypass surgery. He said that during his difficult recovery, Everlong helped him find a good mindset, and the song has had a special meaning for him ever since. So, for his first show after recovering from the surgery, he requested that the X, so X is a band, he requested that X be the musical guest. Just before they came out and performed Everlong, Letterman gave them a very sentimental introduction. He said, "My favorite band playing my favorite song." Years later, when Letterman announced his retirement, he decided he wanted to go out with a bang and invited some of his favorite guests to return for his final farewell show. Of all the hundreds of bands that Letterman has had on his show over the years, this band were the only group he considered for his final curtain call, like his final farewell episode. Which band are we talking about?
Is it Pearl Jam?
No, it's not Pearl Jam. Passes to Giri.
Man, I have no clue about this. So just a wild guess. Is it Coldplay?
No, it's not Coldplay. Prashasti?
Was it Queen?
No, not Queen. Varun?
कुछ नहीं, दूर दूर तक कोई हवा नहीं है इसके बारे में मुझे. आर्कटिक मंकीज, ऐसे ही रैंडम.
Not Arctic Monkeys. Okay, I'll give a hint. Make it a 5-pointer starting with Biswa. The hint is Nirvana. Okay, so hint is Nirvana.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters, that is correct. Foo Fighters are the band. 5 points to Biswa. In case of people who don't know, Nirvana has a very direct connection with Foo Fighters, because Dave Grohl, the lead singer and guitarist that you see on screen, was the drummer in Nirvana. And when Nirvana ke baad he started Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters Okay, 5 points to Biswa, and next direct to Giri. Giri, we are talking about a river. Okay, I've given you 4 hints about this river. Let's look at all the hints. Okay, the X River is one of the 2 rivers that is home to Platanista indicus minor, which is the scientific word, but in normal parlance, it's called the X River dolphin or blind dolphin. दुनिया में 2 ही river है जिसमें you find this kind of dolphin. It's a type of river dolphin which is one of the most threatened cetaceans on the planet. Now let's look at the second hint, which is geographical hint. The X River is among the longest rivers in Asia. It rises in the Kailash range of the Tibetan Himalayas and flows west across India, then goes southwest and finally flows into the Arabian Sea. That's the second hint. Third hint, it is the 19th longest river in the world. Fourth hint, it is one of the many mythical rivers depicted in the Rig Veda. So there is mythological importance at the end. There is some idea of the length. Third is a hint about its journey, the river's journey from the mouth till the like from its origin to finally when it meets the sea. And the first hint is something to do with dolphins. Which river are we talking about?
Is it River Ganga?
No, Ganga goes to Bay of Bengal. Prashasti?
Indus.
Yeah, beautiful answer. It is the Indus River. 10 points to Prashasti. Because there are very few rivers that start from Himalayas and they go in the other direction. Otherwise, Ganga, Yamuna, all of them go towards east and go to Bay of Bengal. This is one of the major rivers which go west, enters Pakistan and finally meets Arabian Sea. And of course, it's the Sindhu River, which is mentioned in Rig Veda. The answer is Indus River. 10 points to Prashasti. 10 points to Prashasti on Indus River. Okay, from one river, we move to another river. This is direct for Varun. We're talking about another great river now. This river basin drains some 533,000 square miles, or just giving you indication of the area, stretching from the Valdai Hills and central Russian upland in the west to the Ural Mountains in the east and narrowing sharply at Saratov in the south. From Kamishin, the river flows to its mouth uninterrupted by tributaries for some 400 miles. 4 geographic zones lie within the X basin. So the basin is also named after the river. The dense marshy forest, which extends from river's upper reaches to Nizhny Novgorod, which was formerly known as Gorky, and Kazan. The forest tip extending from there to Samara. Samara was formerly known as Kubishov and Karatov. The steep from there to Dash, have removed Dash, and semi-desert lowland southeast to the Caspian Sea. Which great river are we now talking about?
Is it the Danube?
Not the Danube. Biswa? Good guess.
Just a second. Is it Tigris?
No, not Tigris. Giri?
Is it the Nile?
Not the Nile. Prashasti?
Is it Volga?
What a great answer. It is Volga. 10 points to Prashasti. 10 points to Prashasti.
Wow.
It is Volga.
हो गया बहुत हो गया आज तो
Yeah.
मेरे घर में किताब पढ़ी है कुछ वोल्गा से गंगा करके
हाँ यार, मेरे घर में भी पढ़ी है लेकिन मुझे नहीं याद आया.
मैं अभी घर आई हूँ ना इसलिए.
Yeah. Whenever you think of Russia and river, Volga is the most prominent river. As you can see in the map, the word I had removed, the blank was Volgograd. So yeah, great answer. So Prashasti knows the river from
I
Indus to
agree.
Volga.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 points to Prashasti. Next direct again to Varun. We're talking about a movie. Okay. The story seems superficially insubstantial. A small boy, Subir Banerjee, is living with his impoverished Brahmin family in rural West Bengal. His father, a priest, lost in dreams of writing plays and poetry, so weak, he won't even ask his employer for his back pay. His mother, the marvelous Karuna Banerjee.
Pathir Panchali.
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. 10 points to Varun for Pathir Panchali. This, I think, is an excerpt from a Guardian review of Pathir Panchali. मैंने तो ऐसा जज नहीं किया करुणा बैनर्जी को marvelous बोल के. It's their review of Pathir Panchali, one of the best movies made ever in the world cinema history. 10 points to Varun. Pathir Panchali. Since Varun got Pathir Panchali, next direct to Biswa. Okay, we are describing something here. Okay, X is a fixed wing aircraft that is supported in flight by the dynamic reaction of the air against its lifting surfaces and whose free flight does not depend on an engine. Most X do not have an engine, although motor X have small engines for extending their flight when necessary by sustaining the altitude with some being powerfully enough to take self-launch, to take off self-launch. Now, there is a wide variety of types differing in the construction of their wings. Like the way you have wide variety of X is because they differ sometimes in construction of their wings, aerodynamic efficiency, location of the pilot, controls, and intended purpose. Most exploit the way they work, the way X work is because they exploit meteorological phenomena to maintain or gain height. Now the big hint, X are principally used for air sports. However, some spacecraft have been designed to descend as X, and in the past, military X have also been used in warfare. Now, some very simple and familiar type of X are toys such as paper planes and balsa wood X. This is a one-word answer that I'm looking for. What am I describing here?
Man, there are so many brain farts happening, but
yes, I know. दिमाग में बहुत सारे option होंगे, so that's why read carefully because I'm looking for one very specific word.
It's a glider.
It is a glider. Good crack. Glider. Glider is correct.
My brain fart was gladiator. Okay, and I couldn't figure out how it is related to this thing. I was like gladiator.
Same. I kept thinking gladiator, and I was like, नहीं. इधर आओ कहीं पे. हाँ, correct.
Glider is what we were describing. 10 points to Biswa. And now we go to Giri. This is Giri's direct. Okay. On your screen, on the right is the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, which is a luxury hotel in Midtown Manhattan in New York City. On your extreme right of the screen is the original Waldorf Astoria. So the one on the left is something that is still there. The one on the right is the original hotel, which was opened in 1893 at the corner of 5th Avenue and 33rd Street. But it was demolished in 1929. So this hotel was demolished in 1929. You just need to tell me why was this hotel demolished? Tell me why was it demolished? Why is that? Why is it important? What happened? When I say that why it happened, it has a very significant importance as to why it was demolished. It was demolished for something. That for you need to tell me.
Something to do with World War?
No, not World War. Passing to Prashasti.
Something to do with the Great Depression?
Not something, but good. I like you said Great Depression after saying 1929. But yeah, no, nothing to do with Great Depression. Varun?
Thanks Prashasti for मैं वही बोलता but अब कुछ और बोलूँगा तो फंडाइट डालना है तो probably because it looked too much like a Russian building.
No, not that funda. Okay, Biswa?
I do feel it's related to Great Depression. It is basically they demolished the building to reconstruct it so that they can create employment. Is it that?
No. Okay, I'll give a hint and start with Giri. So it was demolished to make way for something. Okay, it was demolished and something else was created. And that is why this demolition is so important. We'll start with Giri.
Was it demolished to construct the World Trade Center?
No, passes to Prashasti.
Was it demolished to make the bridge, that Brooklyn Bridge, जो उनका वर्ली?
The Brooklyn Bridge? नहीं. Varun?
To make way for the Broadway district?
No, not Broadway district. Biswa?
Is it Manhattan Project where they built a library or something here for the Manhattan Project?
No. Okay. So basically people they bought the hotel and then they demolished it and they made Empire State Building. Okay. No stress. No one gets any points on that. And it was Giri's direct. So which means the next question will be Prashasthi's direct. Prashasti, a fairly direct question. This is a monument on the new 50 rupee notes that we have. Just tell me what is the monument that you can see on the currency note on your screen.
Is it the Sun Temple?
Sun Temple? No. Passes to Varun.
Is it the Kakatiya dynasty temple in near Vijayawada? No, sorry, near Kakatiya dynasty in Andhra. It's wrong, right?
Yeah, passes to Biswa.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it Hampi?
It is Hampi. I was just looking for Hampi. Monuments of Hampi. Temples of Hampi. 10 points to Biswa. It was Hampi. Hampi. Temples of Hampi. I was just looking for Hampi. Temples of Hampi. 10 points to Biswa. It is Hampi. Okay. Coming to Giri now. Giri, you're direct. We are talking about why something happens. Some people believe that a French expression is the reason Y is called X. Okay. There is a reason why you call something something. L'oeuf is the French for egg. So the thought is that over the years, we have slowly butchered the pronunciation into something, into X. Experts also agree on this theory. They say it's the goose egg, exactly. Most historians believe the French translation of egg, which is l'oeuf, is probably the most likely theory of why this happens or why we call something something. Okay. Now there is another less popular theory also, which is that the Dutch or Flemish word loaf, L-O-F, meaning honor, that is behind this this thing that we are talking about. The idea is the player with Y. Okay. If you see the first sentence, the reason Y is called X. So the idea that player with Y is simply playing for honor because he or she certainly is not going to win. Okay. So he's playing for honor, but that's not all the Dutch have up their sleeves. There's another theory that says one more possibility is that lof in the phrase iets voor lof doen. It means to do something for praise. What are we talking about? So, okay, if I have to simplify this, something is called something, which is very interesting / weird / noteworthy to have a quiz question around it. The essentially question is why is something is called something. Now the hint for that is that maybe it comes from the French for egg, because experts think it's the goose egg, whatever. Some people also think that maybe it comes because honor. The idea is that player who has Y is simply playing for honor, is not playing for win. And maybe it's just doing something for praise. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I'm going to have to pass this.
Okay, passing to Prashasti.
Okay. Make a guess which can only come from me. It's one of the words love. No?
Can't react. I want to know what are we talking about.
Okay, got it.
I don't want X or Y. Yeah.
Okay. You don't want X or Y. What are we talking about? Okay.
Yeah.
Y is called X. I don't know. It's Y. The player with a heart is playing for love.
Okay, no. Passing to
Okay.
Varun.
Thank you, Prashasti, for not answering this.
Oh shit, now I get it.
0 love, 40 love,
Yeah,
30 love in
beautiful answer.
Oh
tennis.
shit.
So, yeah.
Oh shit. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so dumb.
This is-
Okay guys. I have
Thank
मैंने अपने
you,
रंग
thank
दिखा दिए.
This funda, this theory is about why you call 0 in tennis and why is 0 called love in tennis. 1 love, 2 love, 40
such a
love,
loser
15
in love.
And that's because the French expression, French egg को love बोलते हैं और वहाँ से ये आया है. Okay, but
Yeah,
I have
there's
to
a
give.
similar theory for cricket also, but yeah, you can ask that in some other quiz.
Guys, प्यार का भी similar ही होता है वैसे देखा जाए तो.
I'm
Or
giving. I have to give thoda to Prashti, but she did not come anyway close to the funda. But she said love, so I'll give 1 point to Prashti and 9 to Varun. Okay, 9 points to Varun for getting the exact funda. Love for 0 in tennis and 1 for Prashti for getting love.
यहाँ भी love नहीं मिला guys, यहाँ भी 1 मिला है मुझे.
Yeah, I mean love के बाद player with heart बोलने पे I felt like giving negative points. But ठीक. So that's the theory.
Extremely
Cool.
dumb,
Okay,
yeah.
great. Varun got 9 points, which means the next question will be to Biswa. This country's immigration minister declared in 2012 that Santa Claus was a citizen of X. Okay. He also suggested that this is why the signature look of Santa Claus is a red and white suit, because that's also the color of this country. In fact, to send letters to Santa, children can actually use this address. They can say Santa Claus North Pole, 80H080, and the country's name. If you do that, supposedly this country will deliver your letters to Santa Claus. What country are we talking about? So the hints, let's look at all the hints. This country, as in at least some people in the country believe that Santa Claus is their citizen. That's number one. Second, red and white is also a color of this country. Third, North Pole, according to them, is also sort of their territory, and that's why they say कि letter भेजो तो हम पहुंचा देंगे, because that's in X. Which country are we talking about?
What the fuck? अरे यार, it's Canada.
It is Canada. Red and white are the colors of Canada. 10 points to Biswa. It is Canada.
मेरे दिमाग में ग्रीनलैंड अटक गया था. उसने ग्रीनलैंड कनाडा का ये है क्या है?
हाँ. प्लस ग्रीनलैंड का कहाँ ही कोई इमिग्रेशन मिनिस्टर भी होगा.
Yeah. But I thought US might own Greenland or some shit. I don't know.
At some point, Denmark will buy it off. But yeah, 10 points to Biswa. Beautiful answer, which brings us to the end of the first half of the quiz. So Biswa has 35 points after the first half. Giri is yet to open his score, but there is massive 12 questions left. Prashasti got Indus, Volga, and then she got 1 point for love. Summary of Prashti's life. Hey, for love ka 1 point de do na, please love ka. Varun got Pather Panchali and then got 0 for love, in the sense that Funda got 9 points there. So Varun is on 19. Chalo. Now let's begin the second half, where the order will be Varun, Prashasti, Giri, Biswa. And let's enter the second half with this question for Varun. Okay, etymology question. William Thompson used to roam the streets of New York and start a conversation with strangers. Okay, he used to gain their trust and ask them, have you the confidence to trust me with your watch till tomorrow? After that, he would take their valuables and never return. That's why he got a particular nickname. He was nicknamed Dash, which was later modified to X. So X is what I'm looking for. Over time, this nickname has now, this nickname started being used to describe people who engaged in such mischief. Okay, what is the word that we are looking for? So this is an etymology of a word whose roots lie in this guy. Whose roots lie in this guy who used to roam in the streets of New York, talk to strangers, gain their confidence, and he used to tell them, give me your watch, I'll return tomorrow, but he would never return. So uska ek nickname rakh diya gaya New York mein. That nickname got slightly modified later, and that is the word we still use to describe such people. What is the word?
This sentence you have given here, have you the confidence to trust me with your watch till tomorrow? It's it's just an example, or this was the exact modus operandi?
This was his modus operandi. This was his MI. This sentence is very important.
Pass.
Okay, passing to Prashasti.
Talking Tom.
Talking Tom. No. Giri?
Okay, no, pass.
Okay, passing to Biswa.
It's Con Man.
It is Con Man. 10 points to Biswa.
Oh.
He was nicknamed Confidence Man because he used to say, do you have the confidence to trust me with it? So they start calling him Confidence Man. And then Confidence Man later got modified to Con Man.
Too good.
And his nickname was Con Man, which is still the word used for such people. Okay, Con Man. Biswa gets 10 points. Next, direct to Varun. Varun, visual question. Tell me the religion which is depicted in the painting that you see on your screen. Have a look properly. Aram se take your time and tell me the religion.
Is it Zoroastrian?
No, not Zoroastrian. Prashasti?
Okay, do I get part points if I say like something about the religion? I know.
You might get part points.
Okay, so I understand this is coming from Lord of the Rings, because there's a land of always winter at the bottom. It's fictional. just that I don't know anything about the book, so I.
Okay, not Lord of the Rings. Going to Giri.
Okay.
Is it Scientology?
Not Scientology. Biswa.
This is. Oh man. This is something to do with Game of Thrones, and I'm just going to say, is it Martinism, George R. R. Martinism?
Okay, I'm giving part points to Biswa and taking one more round. If no one gives me a more specific answer, then Biswa will get 10 points. Okay. It is Game of Thrones. Okay, so Biswa gets part points for Game of Thrones. I'll just take one round just in case someone knows the specific religion. Otherwise, Biswa will get 10 points for this. We'll start with Varun. So this is Game of Thrones. When Prashti said Land of Always Winter, I was like,
Yeah.
it was
almost
there.
I think that is going to be my problem in life.
No. But this is Game of Thrones. I'll just take one round. I would have given him 10, but I'm just looking if someone knows the specific religion, it will be great. Otherwise, he'll get 10 points. We'll start with Varun.
नहीं मेरे 5 पॉइंट और काट लो मैंने गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स नहीं देखा
Okay, Prashasti.
No, I don't know.
Okay, Giri.
Is this the religion that the High Sparrow was associated with?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh,
but now
man.
we're looking for the religion now because Game of Thrones is established. I just want the name of the religion.
Once again, huh?
Sure.
Seven.
Yeah, very close. Can you improve your answer?
Oh, fuck.
What did you say? Something 7, right?
Sevens.
Huh.
The seven. The 7 gods, sevens.
Yeah, very close. Okay, you will also get part points, Giri, for bringing 7. I'll give one more chance to Biswa. Biswa, your turn.
Light of the Seven?
No. Okay, so no, it's Faith of the 7, but that's fine. I will give bulk of the points for Biswa, obviously, because he got Game of Thrones, and some points to Giri for bringing 7 in the picture. So I'll give 2 points to Giri and 8 points to Biswa.
Yay, I open account with 2 points.
2 points to Biswa. This is the Faith of the 7 from Westeros, which is the Game of Thrones universe. And these are the 7 kingdoms, and like they are represented by a Smith, warrior, father. Cool. 8 points to Biswa.
पीछे ड्रैगन पे क्वीन बैठी है ना
हाँ ड्रैगन पे क्वीन बैठी इसलिए मैं बोला था बार बार इमेज ध्यान से देखे तो यूनिवर्स तो आ जाता ओके नेक्स्ट डायरेक्ट टू वरुण just tell me the funda of the painting that you see on the image. ID the scene in this painting which is a pivotal role in the Battle of Troy. What is happening in this painting? So there is a scene which is depicted in this painting which also had a very pivotal role in the Battle of Troy. Tell me what is happening in this painting. Anything to do with the painting?
Something to do with justice. So this, I think the man with Mashal is
no,
God.
Not the justice funda. Prashasti.
So clearly, there is this 3-headed monster that guards the whatever Niche wala realm. And okay, I'll just take a guess. Is this the scene after which the hero of the story gets this vardhan from Aphrodite कि तुम्हें सबसे सुंदर लड़की औरत मिलेगी?
Acha, no. Giri?
Is this the story behind the Achilles heel?
Yeah, perfect answer. It is correct. 10 points to Giri. It is the story behind Achilles heel.
I have saved face, guys.
This is the story
answer
behind Achilles heel.
Oh my God.
So in that image, you see Achilles' mother dipping him in the sticks by holding his heel. And that is why his heel was his weak point. And that is the origin of the word Achilles heel. And that's why you say Achilles heel. And there's a story very, very similar to Duryodhan in Indian mythology where
she covers her eyes and
No.
वो पूछ के तो बता देती.
Correct. Okay, Giri gets 10 points for Achilles heel funda. Next direct is to Biswa. Biswa, Waqt News is an anti-government news agency which regularly promotes liberal views and criticizes the incumbent government of Pakistan. According to Alexa, it averages around 3,000 visitors on its website daily. It has broadcasted many sensational news in the past, but however, probably its most popular interview from 2017 was never broadcasted. But it's a news that we've all seen, okay, which was never broadcasted on their channel. What are we talking about? Okay, have a look again, read it carefully, and tell me what basically put Funda. What are we talking about? Which famous interview are we talking about?
Oh man, I'm going to sound like a really dumb person if I get this wrong, because if you get this wrong, then there is like people know how you think. Government
you must have judged me heavily in this quiz then, by that logic.
Is it
sorry,
government auntie?
100% correct. It is government auntie. 10 points to Biswa. It is 10 point. Waqt News, the famous interview where he said, "Ye big gayi your government," which never really was telecasted on TV.
My brain couldn't process what you're saying because
No, it's cool. I was saying, by that logic, you must have judged me heavily in this quiz, is what I was saying.
Yeah, I'm sure. You must be judging everyone.
Yeah.
I'm judging with scorecard, guys.
10 points to Biswa for government auntie. Superb answer. Varun, it will be Varun's direct. Varun, this is your direct. This is an exhaustive list, which means in this list does not have anything else. I've given you 6. Tell me the 7th. Okay. Great Wall of China, Colosseum, Italy, Chichen Itza, Mexico, Machu Picchu, Peru, Taj Mahal, India, Christ the Redeemer, Brazil. I don't want the funda ki kya hai ye list. I just want what is missing.
Is it the Sydney Opera House?
Oh no, not the Sydney Opera House. Prashasti.
Is it?
Shit, what am I, man? What have? क्या किया? कैसा हूँ मैं? अंधा. Okay.
Prashasti.
Yeah, thinking. Give me a second. Is it the Eiffel Tower?
Not the Eiffel Tower. Giri.
Is it the Hanging Gardens?
No, not Hanging Gardens. Biswa.
Is it the Great Springs of Egypt?
No, not the pyramids of Egypt. Okay.
No, Great Springs.
Let's start. Not Sphinx. Not okay, nothing to do with pyramids. Okay. So let me give a hint and make it a 5-pointer. Essentially, we all know the funda, but let me since you guys said Hanging Gardens, etc. also, so let me narrow down it for you. This is the modern new 7 wonders. Okay, the new 7 wonders of the world. New 7 wonders. Okay, in which was done a few years back by like a poll from all over the world to decide which are the new 7 wonders of the world. Out of which pyramids is the only thing that they put as honorary wonder. So they were like, ये तो भाई अलग लेवल पे इसको रहने देते हैं.
मैं वही बोलता
हूँ. तो pyramids को उन्होंने अलग कर दिया कि pyramids has honorary status because no one can beat this wonder. It's also one of the rarest ancient wonder which is still there in modern world. So उसको कौन ही beat कर सकता है. Otherwise, other things like Hanging Gardens वगैरह तो सब ancient world में. These are all. This list is things that exist. That is one hint. The other hint that I want to add, Arab world. Okay, think of Arab world is another hint. So, new 7 wonders of the world has Great Wall of China, Chichen Itza, Mexico, Taj Mahal, Machu Picchu, Christ the Redeemer, and also a place from Arab world. What place are we talking
about? Hagia Sophia?
No. Prashasti?
What did Varun say?
Hagia Sophia.
Okay.
Is it the Burj Khalifa?
No, not Burj Khalifa.
That would be stupid if it behind Burj Khalifa.
Giri?
And not Hagia Sophia. I'm just saying.
The Arab world. Is it the White Mosque of Abu Dhabi?
No. Biswa?
Is the Blue Mosque?
No. Okay.
David
आप तो
Strucker.
फंस गया है ना?
It is Petra Jordan. As you can see on the image, 7 Wonders of the World, Chichen Itza, Christ Redeemer, Machu Picchu. So last correct answer was by Biswa Government Auntie. Then it was Varun's direct. So this will be Prashashti's direct. Next question.
Okay.
Prashti, your question. There are traditionally 18 X's, but there are several different lists of the 18, as well as some list of more or fewer than 18. The earliest X's, composed perhaps between 350 and 750 CE, are the Brahmand, Devi, Kurma, Markandeya, Matsya, Vaman, Varahu, Vayu, and Vishnu. Now the next set, the next earliest, composed between 750 and 1000 Common Era, are Agni, Bhagavat, Bhavishya, Brahma, Brahma Vaivarta, Devi Bhagavat, Garud, Linga, Padma, Shiva, and Skanda. Finally, the most recent, composed between 1000 and 1500 CE, are the Kalika, Kalki, Mahabhagavat, Nardiya, and Sora. What are we talking about?
वाह वाह, यही पढ़ के आए ना आज वरुण. चलो भाई, किसी का तो भला हुआ है सवाल से. ओके, गॉट इट. मुझे एक चीज समझनी है ये इसके लैंग्वेज में कि आप कह रहे हो कि 350 to 750 CE में ये कंपोज हुए थे, फिर उसके और
So हम ये कह रहे हैं कि ऐसा मानते हैं कि 18 X हैं, ठीक है?
हाँ.
और ये 18 कौन-कौन से हैं, इसकी बड़ी अलग-अलग लिस्टें हैं. कुछ लिस्ट तो ऐसी भी है जो लोग बोलते हैं नहीं शायद 18 से कम है, कोई लोग बोल सकते हैं 18 से ज्यादा, बट ऐसा मानते हैं ओवरऑल कि 18 हैं ये, ठीक है? जो अलग-अलग टाइम पे लिखे गए थे, कंपोज किए गए थे. एक पहला सेट में दिया, फिर दूसरा सेट दिया, तीसरा सेट दिया. आप अगर नाम पढ़ेंगे तो शायद स्ट्राइक कर जाएगा.
ओके, गॉट इट. ये आर दीज द रिकॉर्डेड जो लिस्ट ऑफ विष्णु के जो अवतार ओवर सेंचुरीज?
No, passes to Giri. Passes to Girish.
Okay. My best guess is that these are the Purans.
Yeah, that is correct.
Right.
Talking about Purans. Puran, Pan Puran, Agni Puran, Matsya Puran, Bhagavat Puran, Vishnu Puran. 10 points to Giri. Good crack there. Okay, Giri gets it, which means next direct will be Biswas. So there are many blanks, but ignore, they are not all the same. I've just removed them because they were giving very obvious clue about the answer. There might be too many XY also, but like just tell me what world record are we talking about, or just focus on X. Okay. The only reason you have Y and blanks is because they were making it obvious. Okay, let's start. The original record holder of something, Bob Beamon, had held a record in X, which is what we need to crack, for over 20 years. Okay. And the record was 8.9 meters. Okay, so the record for something was 8.9 meters. It was finally broken and replaced by this guy called Mike Powell in 1991. Mike Powell is from Pennsylvania and was originally a Y. Okay, does not matter. I don't want Y. I've only removed it because it's very, very close to the answer. Okay, and he was a very good one at Y. He achieved second place in Y at California State Meet in 1981. Paul also holds the world record non-legal dash with wind assistance of 8.99 meter. Okay, so he's now an analyst for track and field coverage at Yahoo. Okay, his dash is still the record to this day. So almost 30 years, right? In 1991, Mike Paul broke a record. For almost 30 years, he still is the record holder. Okay, and some experts say that his dash might never be broken because of human physical limitation. This could make his dash the best dash of all time. Okay. All blanks are the same, by the way. Okay. All dash in the paragraph is the same word. What world record are we talking about? Or just tell me what is X.
First of all, 1991 was 30 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Also, secondly, what is this? Okay, just without wasting time, is it long jump?
It is long jump. Good crack. 10 points to Biswa. It is long jump. Why was high jump? That is why I changed it. And so no one thinks that this record will ever be broken because of human limitation. Okay. Long jump is correct. 10 points to Biswa. Next direct, last 3 questions of the quiz. This will be Varun Grover's direct. Varun, Old Faithful
Yeah.
is perhaps the most famous X in the world. It is a cone X located in Yellowstone National Park in the United States. This X is called Old Faithful because it is very predictable, with eruptions occurring every 44 to 125 minutes. Yellowstone National Park is home to more X's than anywhere else in the world, with as many as 500 active X's observed each year. What is X?
Volcano.
No, not volcano. Rashashti?
Those hot water spring kind of things. Hot water bodies. I just want points.
No, you're on good track, but I'm looking
Okay.
for a very specific word. Just like when I asked the glider question, I said I was looking for a very specific word.
Okay,
Here
let me
also I'm
just
looking-
articulate it once more. Hot.
One word answer.
One word answer.
Hmm.
Jacuzzi तो नहीं होगा एक minute. Okay, as in I only know hot water springs. I don't know.
You're very close. That's why I'm
Okay.
giving you a chance to improve. But I'm looking for a one word answer because hot water spring technically is not right.
Okay, understood.
Okay, passing to Giri.
Yeah.
Is it geyser?
It is geyser. Geyser is
Oh,
the word I was
yaar.
looking for. Geyser is correct. 10 points to Giri. It is geyser. Okay, geyser. Old Faithful. This is actually a picture of Old Faithful in Yellowstone National Park. Okay, next direct to Biswa. Biswa, in 1963, X was declared Y of India because of its rich religious and legendary involvement in Indian traditions. The criteria for this choice were many. The Y must be well distributed within the country, so it could be truly dash. I've removed the word dash. It must be recognizable to the common man. It must lend itself to formal depiction. One of the examples of formal depiction is depiction on government publications, etc. It must not be confused with the Y of any other country. It should be associated with Indian myths and legend. And ये सारे criteria में the X fit the bill. So basically, tell me in 1963 what was declared what of India? Put Funda.
Okay, just there are only two guesses. So it's either tiger was declared national animal.
No, it was in 72. Tiger. Varun.
Yeah, it is same track, but what? Is it the national flower and lotus? Is
No.
lotus our national flower? Oh, God.
Rashashti.
Okay. Is it Ashoka Chakra was declared the national emblem of India?
No, Giri.
Can't be well distributed.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
isn't it?
एक ही है.
अभी एक ही बचा है ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है.
Yeah.
Peacock, the national bird. Is it that?
Yes, that is correct. Peacock,
Oh,
the national bird of
man.
India. Peacock was declared the national bird. So because
Thank you guys
Indian
for
myths and
eliminating,
legends.
for
it's
giving me
important.
points by elimination.
Yeah, Indian
What
myths and
is the
legends.
national this thing flower?
I think lotus.
Lotus or
I
नहीं?
think.
Lotus ही है ना?
I
पहले
think.
तो वही पढ़ते थे.
But yeah, basically they wanted something. There are so many interesting things here. For example, the first bird they were considering was the Great Indian Bustard. Okay, Great Indian Bustard was being considered, and then everyone was थोड़ा off कि यार अपना national bird का नाम Bustard रहेगा तो थोड़ा अजीब हो जाएगा.
हाँ,
And there was just lot of discussion. Then, in fact, I remember once Anna Durai famously said when there was anti-Hindi agitation going on, when people were saying Hindi should be our national language because most people speak it. So Anna Durai famously said in Tamil Nadu that by that logic, crow should be our national bird. I mean, you know what I mean. So इसमें बहुत सारा ऐसा फंड है. But yeah, associated with Indian myths and legend and not to be confused with any other bird, national bird in the world. The answer is peacock, national bird of India, which Giri got. Okay, which brings us to the last question of the quiz. This will be Biswa's direct. Biswa, I'm giving hint about something, 3 different hints. Okay, X's reputation as one of the most expensive delicacies in the world today is legendary. The highest price garnered for the famous and rare beluga X can be between $28,000 to $30,000 for a kilo. However, the most expensive eggs on the market today is the extravagant gold-laced eggs, valued at more than $100,000 per kilo for these exquisitely prepared fish dash. Okay, I've removed dash because it's almost the answer. As a delicacy consumed by royals and aristocrats, eggs consumption precedes other gourmet products as a preferred luxury item such as oysters, truffles, and champagne. Good quality eggs. Now, how do you distinguish between good quality and bad quality? Is that good quality eggs is distinguished by species, color, taste, texture, and even sound. For instance, authentic eggs come from Acipenser family of the sturgeon. Quality eggs ranges in color from golden yellow to dark gray, brown, or black. Eggs should never be mushy or have a fishy aroma. What item are you talking about?
Caviar?
Yeah, absolutely correct. It is caviar. Caviar is what we were talking about. Caviar is correct. Which brings us to the end of the quiz. End of 24 questions, and time to see the score and see who reached the finals. Let's do it. Okay, Biswa had 35 in the first round, and then he got Conman, Faith of the Seven. He got 8 points for that. Then he got Government Auntie, also got Long Jump and Caviar, which means he got 48 points in the second half. Right? 48, which means he ends up on 83 points. Then Giri, who had 0 points after the first half, got 2 points for Faith of the Seven, and then got a lot of points. He got Achilles heel, he got Peacock as national bird, he got Geezer, and he also got one more. He got
Puranas.
Puran. So 42 points he got in the second half. He ends on 42. Prashasti had 21 in the first half, did not get anything in the second half. Varun also had 19, did not get anything in the second half. So all the points in the second half went either to Giri and Biswa, which means winner of this quarterfinal, the winner of this semi-final and the third finalist after Karan Gill and Nihal Parashar is Biswa Kalyanrat.
Crazy, man!
But on that note, thank you so much to all of you for coming. Thank you so much to Varun and Prashti and Giri. I hope you guys had fun, and all the best. All the best to Biswa. Okay, that brings us to the end of the third semi-final. Again, massive thanks to Giri, Prashti, and Varun, and all the best to Biswa for the finals. Thank you everyone for joining.
All the best.
Yes.